Welcome back. So we got into a little bit of a dilemma. We were comparing ranks with actual values. And so we want to go back and make sure that we're actually comparing apples to apples, right? So we couldn't compare a rank because it was too small compared to the values that were in the thousands. So let's go ahead and share the screen and we'll get back in there and fix this problem. So make sure I share the correct screen here. Well, that's not the right one, but we'll select the correct book. Well, got a lot of these open. There we go. Okay, so we're in back in our global burden of disease, comparing dailies with the prosperity index of smoking rank and communicable disease rank. We just chose these at random just to show you that you can do it. So the way you can create a rank from these values, you don't have. It's pretty simple. I'm going to right click right next to value and insert. Or if you wanted to, here we can go back. I can put it out here. Let's try this here. Can insert. Well, I don't need to insert here. I don't have any data. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to call this um, daily rank. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit equals because that's function, and I'm going to start to type in our rank and select the third one. It's really simple. Hit tab. So I've opened that up. It's asking you want me to rank which number? I want you to rank this one. Okay. Out of what numbers do you want me to rank it? Well, the link is, or the range is this. I've got to go through this. Okay. 171. I feel like there's more. Let me move this chart out of the way. Yeah, there's more. This is when you add this chart, actually. Okay. So let's go back up. I can hit control and up. It should work for me. Let's go all the way to the top. Go back over to this daily rank that I started. Okay. And it's saying what set of numbers do you want me to use? I'm going to delete that and I'm going to highlight this again and make sure I select the correct one. Okay, we're getting down there. All right, finally started to move a little faster. Okay, 196. Okay, so you're going to rank that number and you're going to rank it out of all of these. Now, last question for you. How do you want me to do it? You want me to rank this? Is the higher the number, the better, or the lower the number, the better? And so this is something that we have to ask ourselves, like what data set are we dealing with? We're using a number that is called daily. And what is daily? Um, Disease adjusted life years. So do we want more disease adjusted life years or less? So we want less, right? We want to have less of that. So the lower the number, the better. So we want to actually have it ascending. Notice if I mouse check that, it's not going to do anything. What I need to do now, I've highlighted this and I can hit tab and so it put it in one. And we've got all we need. I can hit enter and we've got it ranked 184 out of, we don't know how many, but not very good. So let's double check and it will put everything else in rank. So let's go ahead and see what the third one down. We're checking this number against that same list. Oh, it's not doing the same thing. So what we need to make sure that we're correcting this. So let's go back. I'm gonna hit escape. See what it did as it brought down the rank. It was checking this number against not the same set of numbers because it moved it down to. So the way we fix that is go back into the top one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to asterisk these or a dollar sign these. So it's going to say, this is where I'm fixing these numbers. This range is not going to move. The dollar sign does that. So I'm going to hit enter. Comes up with the same numbers. I'm going to double click here. These should change because they're going to have a different range of values that it's looking up. Okay. So some of them change, not all of them. All right, so now we've got these. Now we have a comparison. Let's go and see what we've got. It looks like everything has a number. Now we can compare ranges to ranges, and they're all out of 100. Well, our chart still shows something crazy here. Well, let's go ahead and adjust the data. We'll select the data. I don't want to include this value anymore, right? But I do want to include something else. And I know I can go in here and instead of leaving it at K, what's after K? Hijkl. I can change this K, put an L there, and it's going to shift over to include the data from one more. I got to hit enter. All right, we got that there. Let's scroll down and see what we've got. Okay, so now I have 3 different numbers here. That looks much better. So a ranking can actually be seen. Oh, I'm going to go back in and make sure I've got the right data selected. See it selected value, lower bound, and upper bound again. I just want these 3 ranks to be included. Now I'm going to hit OK. Now we're going to scroll back down. That's looking better. Okay, see our range here has gone from up in the thousands to now in the 200 range. And this looks kind of globbity gloop, right? Doesn't make a lot of sense. That's because we're using the wrong chart type. But for this example, I wanted to show you how you can compare the same type of numbers to each other. So to fix this, I'd go change chart type. What would we want to use? Probably want to use a bar chart, maybe a histogram column chart. Let's do clustered. This looks good. We don't want to stack them, but a clustered one might be more appropriate. And that does look better. Okay. So some of our rankings are different than others. That might mean that these values may not be necessarily applicable to all. Okay, here's one last thing, and this is going to be something you might want to do. We can rank them. Let's go ahead and sort everything as well. So I want to sort them by our daily ranks. So I'm going to click on this column, and I'm going to right click it, or not right click. I'm going to go back up here to sort, and I want to sort it from smallest to largest. Yes, I want to expand the selection. If I don't, it will only sort this one column. So I want to expand it. And now put everything in here, ranking at number 1, and give us all of this by ranking. So there we go. Looks pretty good. All right, that looks about right. Let's now only take the top. We only have to take the top 10 for that chart to look better. So we can go back down to the chart. I'm going to right click that. I'm going to go to select data. And then here, I'm going to change this from 196. I'm going to delete. I want to select this and I want it to go from 196 to 11 because I want to include the header, but then just the first 10 rows of data. And then I'm going to, yeah, that's going to pull it in there. I want to only include, it keeps wanting to pull these other things, but I only want to compare these 3. I hit OK. See, now it's selected just the top 10. Let's go down, look at our chart again. And that looks like something I can actually understand. So I know that there was some jumping around here. Watch it a couple times if you need to, but this is a chart that we can actually look at and compare. So daily ranking is rising because this is the top 10. And then we've got smoking rank, right? And then communicable disease rank. So it looks like, according to this, the comparison between smoking, and communicable disease doesn't have much to do with our ranking of daily adjusted life years. So I can't see a trend there just visually currently, but perhaps if we put a trend line, there might be something there. But I'm not going to get into that with you just yet. I just wanted to show you how to do that. So hopefully that helps. Ask me questions if you got questions, and hopefully this will help you for some assignments and for the end of semester presentation. So have a great day.